Have you ever been to the beach? In some states in America, there are beaches where the land meets the ocean. Today, we are going to learn about beaches. Beaches are a habitat and a home to many different forms of animals. There are waves at the beach where the ocean tides roll in and out. Some waves are big and some waves are small. Some of them might even knock you over. The waters at the beach can be clear or murky and dark. Some of the waters are warm and some are cold, depending on what beach you go to. Many people like to live above the beach in houses on the hills. There are trees at the beach called palm trees. They have green leaves that stick out in all directions. Other things you might find on the sand at the beach include feather boa kelp, or seaweed. You might find lots of different types of dried seaweed on the sand. You might also find shells, all different types of seashells from sea animals like snails and mussels and clams. If you wander over to the tide pools, you will find lots of different types of animals. You might even see some birds or seagulls. Inside the tide pools, you will find a home for starfish, mussels, and clams. You will also find lots of sea anemone. Tide pools are rocky pools filled with seawater, and they usually last longer when the tides are low. Don't touch or poke the plants or animals in the tide pools. This is how we keep them safe. In the tide pools, you will see sea urchins. Fish and sea otters sometimes eat sea urchins. Sea urchins like to eat kelp, and they have really sharp teeth in the center. Hazards to the animals in the tide pools are waves and strong currents. Sometimes the seagulls will also pick up the sea urchins and crack them open. Other animals that live in the tide pools include hermit crabs and barnacles. Barnacles are small insect-like animals that we call arthropods. You will see a type of algae, brown algae plant, growing over the rocks at the tide pools. This is known as rockweed. Sometimes you might see green algae called sea fingers in the water. There are also black turban snails, which have a twisted, dark shell. There are many fun and interesting things to see at the beach. People like to go to the beach to go swimming, to look at the tide pools, to be with their friends and family. The beach is sunny and warm most of the year. Next time you go to the beach, be sure to look for this animal habitat.